I'm Jay. I'm a music producer from Trinidad in the Caribbean. I've done everything from production of recording artists to advertising, commercial jingles, music for film. I'm an accessibility advocate. I work with different companies to make their equipment accessible, through text-to-speech. It converts everything that you sighted people see on your computer, all the text that you see, into audible speech that we as visually impaired people use to navigate.
Hello, my name is Tom.
It will tell us basically, what's on screen, what's highlighted. It allows us to navigate things like combo boxes and menus, etc. I was asked by Avid to do a presentation on Pro Tools at the ADC Audio Developers Conference in 2019. Arturia had a booth and they said, I want to speak to you. We would like to become accessible, which I thought was amazing. It was nice, the initiative that he showed. They basically had me do an assessment, pre-accessibility of how I would navigate the keyboard. We worked together, basically, adapted the Analog Lab software to work with speech and, in terms of navigation, how much speech should be said, how long would the delay be between the time you touch a button, what's comfortable. And what's cool now is that with the KeyLab controllers, they send notifications to the text-to-speech engine on our computers. Basically, as I press a button on KeyLab, or I turn the dial, or I change a value using the encoders or the faders, it sends notifications out to the system voice, allowing me to know exactly what's on the keyboard. It's really cool. B3.
Browsing B3, 52 presets, cathedral organ, choral organ, church chords, Church of Zeppelin.
Having the KeyLab talk to me, I have the same access that a sighted person does. I just hit category search, I can scroll to the electric pianos. Because I heard it tell me that the patch was called Morning Roads, I can come back 2 days later and load Morning Roads. Alternatively, when I'm doing sound design, when I'm designing my own patches, when I move the faders and the encoders, I can know exactly, what the values are as I tweak the parameters. So I know basically, okay, I pull up a Jupiter 8, I want a pad from the Jupiter, I grab the brightness macro, right? And it tells me brightness, and it tells me the value so that I can control it. So it's exactly the same access that a sighted person has.
Select electric piano.
Juno, big one. I'm a big Roland fan, right? So let's get the Juno 6. So I'm hitting category search.
Browsing instruments, ARP 2600.
Okay, and as I turn the dial, it's going to read the different names to me as I highlight them here.
B3, Bugly Easel, Clavinet, CM DX7, Farfees, June 6th.
Juno 6.
Browsing June 6th, 202 presets, 11 strings 1.
Okay, so it's on strings 1. And I'll go to, well, I kind of know this Juno already, so I'm going to go to
Browsing presets, 12 strings 2.
strings 2. So
Loaded 12 strings 2.
And you see, it told me loaded strings 2, right? So when I play here now, some people ask me, like, how do I find things quickly? And I guess my sense of touch and my orientation is pretty good. But adding to that now, the layout of the keyboard is so ergonomic that it makes it, even that much easier to just jump around, basically.
Browsing presets, 16 bells, 2 string, 2001, loaded 2001.
I'm a live performer as well, and I love to play keys and bass. A lot of the gigs I do, I have a drummer and I play keys and bass. And one thing that was pretty hard, it was a nightmare actually, was things like creating splits and layers. And the speech allows me to set up splits and layers in seconds. So I have my strings and my piano, my bass and my Rhodes. So I'm going to hold down part 1.
Select part 1.
Okay, I'm going to press the sustain pedal and depress it.
Sustain part 1 on. Sustain part 1 off.
Okay, so the next thing I want to do, now that I've turned off the sustain messages on the pedal for this bass patch, I'm going to change the octave. So I'll hold down part 1.
Select part 1. Octave part 1 minus 1.
Okay, so I just dropped it here. So maybe I brighten it up just a little bit.
P1 brightness, 0.213.
That's cool. Okay, so I'm going to go to part 2, right?
Select part 2. Browsing instruments.
There's a preset
Default classic.
called Looking for Stevie. That's
Gentle
nice,
rock.
actually.
Hunting for chart. Looking for Stevie.
Okay, and that's selected now.
Loaded looking for Stevie.
Let's split the keyboard. So I hold down live, and while holding down live, I press the key that I want.
live.
Okay, and that's selected now. And the last thing I need to do is I need to drop the octave of the Rhodes. So I'm gonna hold down this.
Select part 2. Octave part 2 minus 1.
Okay, so there we go. Instant split. I mean, it's just amazing. It's just amazing, and you know, that's just beginning to scratch the surface of the independence that this has given me, Analog Lab and the KeyLab. All my clients, of course, I'm going to say, you know, you need to buy a KeyLab. You need to buy VC8. You need to buy Analog Lab, right? For the visually impaired people, it's a celebration because we now have the opportunity to do so much that we couldn't do before. You know, we could be a lot more independent, go and apply for that next job. I want to see a KeyLab and Analog Lab everywhere that blind people operate, you know, in a professional environment. You know, if you're taking your music serious, you have to have a KeyLab and an Analog Lab software. That's where I want to see it go.